please all stand up for the national anthem.
Let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is God by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thank you so much. We start our celebration. Thanks a lot.
وأهلا وسهلا بكم جميعا أصدقاء أعزاء، شخصيات سياسية واجتماعية، رئيسات ورؤساء الجمعيات الثقافية. سأبدأ بكلمة موجهة إلى سكان أستراليا الأصليين. I'll share this, the acknowledgement in Arabic. I believe that it's nice to listen to Arabic language even if you don't understand the meaning. كلمة موجهة إلى سكان أستراليا الأصليين الأبروجين. 3 كلمات: تقديراً، عذراً، وشكراً. تقديراً لهذا الشعب الذي عاش على هذه الأرض منذ حوالي 50,000 سنة، قدسها وحافظ عليها. عذراً لما عانى هذا الشعب المسالم من سوء معاملة وتعسف من قبل أول من وطأت قدماه على هذه الأرض الطاهرة. شكراً، شكراً لأنكم حافظتم على هذه الأرض وسمحتم لنا أن نتقاسمها معكم بحب وإخاء وإنسانية. Let me now welcome our distinguished guests. Mr. Ned Manoom, Mayor of Liverpool City and District, the Honor Anne Stanley, MP Federal Member for Wiriwa, the Honor Tina Ayad, Mr. MP Member for Holsworthy, Mr. Nathan Barbridge, Western Sydney MRC CEO, Mr. Lachlan Murdoch, Starts Deputy CEO. And big thanks to the organizing committee, Malak El-Shahimi, Randa Musa, Mustafa Bukhrouj, and our students, Muhammad, Sarmad, Dalal, Adam, Yahya, Taif. A special thanks for Mrs. Mai Jouni, the MC of the event, and Mrs. Wafa Jaha, the coordinator of the organizing committee. This festival aims to revive Arab culture in diaspora and to create the harmony between different communities. Allow me to briefly tell you about the Australian Arab Cultural Forum activities in 2024. In addition to the second Arab Cultural Festival Day, the Forum celebrated this year the International Women's Day, thanks to the Liverpool City Council for its support. The second important event is the competition, reading poetry and visual art in both Arabic and English languages. Categories of students targeted is between 8-13 and 14-18, primary and secondary school. Contestants are invited to write a poem, free subject, and to draw it by himself or with the help of his friend. The result will be celebrated on 28/7/24. Thanks for the sponsors, Liverpool City Council, START, and Western Sydney MRC. The forum is in the process of preparing for its third international conference entitled Bridges between communities, comparative studies between the Arab culture and the Aboriginal culture. It will be held on October 2025. Let me mention that the first international conference held by the forum was on October 2021, entitled A Homeland in Diaspora, Affairs and Achievements for Arabic Migrants and Refugees. The second international conference was held on September 2023, entitled A Dialogue Between the Self and Others, Reading into the Next Moment of Humanity. It took place at Western Sydney University, Liverpool campus. Big thanks for the sponsors who always support our various events. First of all, Liverpool City Council, STARS, and Western Sydney MRC. Thank you for listening and thank you for coming. Thank you.
I want to thank you very much for organising this for you and your team. We're greatly appreciative of it. To the Honourable, the member for Werriwa and Stanley, to Ms. Tina Aya, the member for Holsworthy, and to other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. But it was pointed out, I think it was said by May, that also we have here some people who just refugees who have come here from Gaza. And I think you are a very special guest. And I want to say to you that please give them a round of applause. And I say to you as the mayor of this city, ahla wa sahla wa fikum, and know that Liverpool is a place where we welcome everybody. It is a place where the world lives together in peace and in harmony, together united as one. We have all come to this country in one form or shape or another, migrated here for whatever reasons, unless we are First Nations. We hope that we see peace very soon and justice for the people of Gaza and Palestine, so inshallah. Ladies and gentlemen, Liverpool is very proud to be here and to participate in this event, sponsor it, and having it right here in the Casula Powerhouse. We celebrate diversity. Diversity is the new Australia, because once again, we have come here and we work together as one, with hearts and hands. The words of the national anthem that we just sang, one, firstly and foremost, the first verse talks about the beauty of the country and its physicality. But the second talks about its people, together, how we've come across here, and we have plenty of land to share. And together we work from our hearts. And I think this is what Liverpool is about. This is why we, since I've been mayor, we are working on not just having words, but also having actions to back that up. Because it's easy to speak, and we hear that all the time. For those of you in the community, people talk, and yes, they love multiculturalism, but the question is, well, what do you actually do about it? And some say, well, why do you need to do something about it? Well, I tell you what, we have seen the events over the last couple of weeks that test people. Things can go out of hand. Together, when we know each other and we are one, it is a beautiful thing. Recently, Liverpool City Council won an award, and we're very thankful for the recognition from the state government for the Excellence Award they gave us for our Experience the World event. Because what we do in Liverpool, we have events for everybody. Last night, if you look on my Facebook, and it's on tonight, I highly recommend that you go to it, our Motherland African Festival, where we had over the 54 different nations of Africa celebrating right in Macquarie Street Mall, with the beautiful color, culture, dance. It was amazing. That's on again tonight. We had recently Most Blessed Nights, where we had over 300,000 people come to visit Liverpool in nighttime, celebrating an event that not only acknowledges Ramadan, but also Easter, Orthodox Easter, and Passover. We had our South Asian Lights and Lanterns earlier in the year. We are going to have our European Festival coming up soon. We're going to have Starry Night celebrating the subcontinent. We're going to have our South American Primavera Festival, and we are also going to have our South Pacific Festival, on top of Australia Day and celebrating Christmas, and so on and so forth. This is just the beginning. This is an opportunity for us to celebrate and know each other and make it more than just about food and culture and dance, but to build the true bonds of brotherhood.
And we need to make sure that that is reasonable and that is positive and continues to build what we have as a country, but particularly what we have in this part of the world. Because it doesn't take very much for that, for concerns, for people's misrepresentations to become part of what is spoken about and what is said. It hasn't been a very good time, and I, like the Mayor, would like to welcome those Palestinians who join us here from Gaza. The last several years, not just the last 6 months, have been a terrible situation. I'm so glad that you are able to join us here, but I know that so many of your friends and family are still suffering terribly in that part of the world. We need a ceasefire, we need better behaviour, and we need for people to be supported, and that needs to happen now. This has gone on for too long. We need to find a solution where both Palestinians and Israelis can live in peace, and that is what should happen right now. What I would bring to everybody's attention that is the most wonderful thing about living in our country and this part of the world, and what we've seen time and time again over the last few weeks, is the people who run towards danger. Not just the police and the ambulance officers, but normal people who walk towards danger to make sure that their fellow countrymen are kept safe. That's the Australia that we're fighting for and making sure continues. Have a really wonderful day, enjoy your day, and thank you again for the invitation to be here.
I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to the Southwest Casula Powerhouse. Thank you Ms Majorni for that wonderful introduction. I'd also like to acknowledge special guests here today, including my parliamentary colleague Ms Anne Stanley, member for Werriwa, and of course Mayor Ned Manoon, a very hard act to follow indeed, and all other special guests. A special thank you to Dr. Amira Isa for putting this together. This is the second event I attend here at the Casula Powerhouse, and it's absolutely wonderful. It's actually a beautiful show of culture and unity, and this is important because through sharing our culture, we make connections which bind us and bind our communities. And this is something extremely important because when we are welcomed to Australia and become Australians, we're not asked to leave our culture at the door. Rather, our culture enriches the Australian society. And here in Southwest Sydney, there's absolutely no doubt that if you do spend a day in Southwest Sydney, you'll meet people from all corners of the globe and all around the world. So thank you, Dr. Amira, because what you're doing today might seem like just a celebration, but it is far, far more than this. And I'd also like to thank your team and everybody who assisted you in putting this together. It's absolutely wonderful. Can we please thank Dr. Amira? And I'd also like to take a moment to also acknowledge the suffering that is unfolding right now while we're here in a very, very safe environment in New South Wales, in this amazing, blessed country that has given us so much opportunity. Let us all work together towards peace. Let us unite for humanity, and let us recognise the suffering of our brothers and sisters throughout the world. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amir, for the warm welcome and the privilege to speak at the second Arabic Festival, or Autumn Harmony Arabic Festival Day, held here at this beautiful facility, Casula Powerhouse. It's an honour to stand amongst esteemed guests and acknowledge you again, Dr. Amira, the founder and president of the Australian Arab Cultural Forum, your team, Mr. Ned Manoon, Mayor of Liverpool City, Ms Anne Stanley, Federal Member for Werriwa, and Ms Tina Ariad, Member for Holsworthy. Since 1979, the organisation I represent, Western Sydney Migrant Resource Centre, has been at the forefront of supporting the integration and evolution of disparate communities into Australian society. The Arabic community in particular has been for many, many years a cornerstone of multicultural life in the southwest, enriching our region with its vibrant culture, traditions and entrepreneurial spirit. Much like this festival, our mission at WSMRC is rooted in the power of community and cultural exchange to foster understanding and connection. Cultural festivals and our services share a common goal: to weave the rich tapestry of diverse cultures into the fabric of Australian society. These celebrations, like today's event, are not just displays of cultural heritage, but are pivotal in strengthening community bonds and promoting social cohesion.
STARTS, perhaps many of you are not familiar with STARTS, which stands for the Service for the Treatment and Rehabilitation of Torture and Trauma Survivors. And the existence of STARTS in many ways is really, in some ways, a paradox and in a sense, regrettable, given that there is so much torture and experiences of war-related trauma that take place around the world, and in particular, those affecting Arabic-speaking communities. Arabic speakers are the largest group of clients of STARTS. More than half of our clients are Arabic speakers. Largely drawn from people who've been impacted by conflicts in places like Iraq and Syria, and who've made their way through Jordan and Lebanon and Turkey. And particularly today we want to acknowledge and recognise the presence of people here today from Palestine and those people who've been affected by the conflict in Gaza. Amongst the many services that STARTS offers, particularly focused on counselling and other forms of healthcare, physiotherapy to assist people who've been injured as a result of their torture or trauma experiences. I would like to highlight one service that we have brought back into existence in the last 6 months in the context of the conflict that has been taking place in Palestine and Israel, and that is the Witness to War program. It's a multilingual telephone line in which people can receive assistance in first language, and we have many staff who speak Arabic that are available to speak with. So it's essentially a service that is designed to assist people who have experienced war, who've been through